Good evening and welcome. I'm just going to get straight into this reading. Because, yeah, I can talk a bit, you know, but you think that society has lost that a bit, you know, because we're all busy on our technology and the phones, and yeah, where's the actual, you know, talking and communicating, and yeah, I think we've just lost it, haven't we? Technology's took off it, but you know, technology has its uses, and it's coming very useful for what I have to do. And I never thought I would say this because I'm not good with technology and figuring it out. It's just not my thing. No, my thing is the codes of the universe, which, you know, I'd rather have the codes of the universe than know how to work a phone or computer. But I'm learning, you know, like I've learned everything on this path. I'm learning, yeah. I'm being loyal to spirit. I'm being loyal to my purpose. I'm being loyal to... I'm being devoted to this path. I'm being devoted to humanity, what I came here to do. Yeah, I've accepted. It's my purpose. It's my sole purpose. It's what I came here to do. I don't get another go around. This is my last lifetime. This is my last incarnation. I'm an ancient soul. I'm 144, twin flame. And many multidimensional parts existing this time, that time. Yeah, dimensional, you know. Quantum. Yeah, I've accepted all this woo-woo stuff. Took me a while. Kept fighting it. Kept hearing this ringing in my ear. Going off. Spirit, wake up, Ellie. I was like, no, leave me asleep, Spirit. Leave me asleep. I want to be ignorant to what's going on. Spiritual warfare. Don't want to hear about it, Spirit. Oh, leave me alone. No. It was my right timing, you know. That hourglass. Sands of time. My timeline. This is the time that I accept and I become devoted. And yeah, I follow my soul path. Not just for me. No, it's 12 others. Ultimately, it is 12 others. But it's also about me, you know. Since waking up to my twin flame, shuffle the cards. Since waking up to my twin flame connection 8 years ago, it's helped me. It's it's helped me release. It's helped me breathe. It's helped me become freer. You know, it's giving me my wings back. Like, didn't have wings before this. The same, we all have wings, but I didn't know the wings was there, and the wings was a bit tattered and torn. And yeah, you know, the sands of time. It's my time to find my wings. Truly, what I came here for, you know. So if you do follow me, you'll know I automatic write. That's part of my channeling process. That's come back to me. Yeah, that was a bit of a shock when I started channeling automatic writing. I've not wrote since I was a kid. I used to write stories and poetry. But woke up one morning, I was just channeling that way. You know, you just got to go with it. Because when these wings start to unfurl, start to, you know, become less tattered and torn, and you start to grow, and you truly accept it. These gifts are real, you know. The woo-woo, yeah, in this well, the woo-woo. But they're always there, you know. They're just underneath these tattered wings. You've just got to let these wings expand and grow and evolve, and yes, stay loyal to yourself and accept that. Yeah, it might be woo-woo to certain people. It was woo-woo to me, I'm gonna be honest. And I'm quite an open-minded person. I've always been a bit of a dreamer and a bit of a sensitive soul. No, I know that's why. It's all my traits. It was hidden you know, I had these wings all along, these angelic wings. Yes. So all those traits and all those gifts was hidden all along, and that's why I was sensitive. I was the empathic of my family. I could feel things, you know, others couldn't, and see things others couldn't, and think I was the woo-woo one, you know. Yeah, what's to sound woo-woo now? But you're all feeling it now, aren't you? Yeah, see? So I started to unfurl these wings, and I started to accept all what was returning back to me, was rightfully mine in the first place. It was just dimmed down by this low density planet that we are on. But now's the time, you know, where Earth's frequency is raising, and it's raising because there's many like me that found their wings and have found these treasures underneath these wings, the gifts. So the sands of time, yeah, you know, it was always going to return. And light workers, twin flames, 144, we're on the front line. You know, there's been I've been awake about 8 years, but I know of people that have been awake all their life. They have said possibly from childhood, I keep getting, but because of the low density energy, and because of the wounds and the traumas and the society's programming and the numbing down, and yeah, I've had to cleanse my body, cleanse my mind, my soul, find my soul. You know, I didn't know I had a soul. Yes, I've heard of a soul, but as in fully what I know now. You know, I've watched these films, and you hear about souls, and you hear about, you know, the afterlife and all that. Yeah. Well, I just thought it was films, you know, but I always had a feeling that there was something more to these films, you know. Now I know there's a lot more to these films, these messages that are left here for us, you know, by others, and that's what twin flames are. That's what light workers are. That's what light seeds are. That's what the 144 is. We are leaving messages for you. It's up to you if you want to follow us. The ones that will follow will follow. So it was up to me when spirit started to leave me messages, when I started to hear music, telepathy, and the messages coming through music, which till this very day I still do, and I will probably continue till I leave this earth, hearing music, not the way I used to hear it. Now I hear messages in the music now, but the old Ellie, she never used to hear that, you know. She just used to love a good dance and good sing song. I knew music touched us, you know. I knew it had that resonance, and it had that power to touch us, you know, like Tina Turner, simply the best. Air music. She was a spiritual teacher. She went through a lot of pain to get to where, well, to find their wings, you know. And then she reached out to others. So yeah, she's my icon, and I think she's many. You know, I'm pretty confident saying that. She was always meant to be. That was her sands of time. That was her destiny written in the stars. But she had to go through the pain and the struggles and the obstacles. And you know, when you go through the pains and the struggles and the obstacles, yeah, when you're up against it, that's what pushes you. And then it's different level, you know. I've had pains and obstacles and struggles prior to my awakening, but nothing like my awakening, nothing like the twin flame catalyst. That's another level. That's your soul. That's your soul not shaking, you know. No, that's that soul breaking out. It's ready. Yeah, sands of time. It's getting ready. So, rolling in the deep. Yes, said I wasn't going to talk much, didn't I? But it's what it is. If you found me, you found me for a reason. You meant to. So, rolling in the deep, Ells song. I've had that coming in since, I'd say this morning, but it came in yesterday, just after I'd downloaded another song with codes in it. Return to Innocence. And then Rolling in the Deep came in, and I was like, what's this one about? But I can tell you now, I don't even have to look the lyrics up now, because it all connects. It's all one big connection. But yeah, they do like me to look the lyrics up, because I can then break it down. You know, there's words in these songs. So Adele, when she wrote this, can't speak for her, but it sounds like a dark night of the soul. It sounds like she was in pain. It sounds like she was struggling to find herself, you know, rewrite a story of what she thought and who she could count on prior to it, and that had all come tumbling down. Yeah, it sounds like Dark Night of the Soul lyrics. So this is my interpretation of it, of what this music means to me, you know, and the messages I decode from it. So I put, okay, so this song, instantly, I know it's a twin flame connection, hence why I reach for my twin flame cards. Yeah, endless love. That's this connection. Yeah. It is an endless love. Doesn't matter if you're in the physical, which pretty much of the time twins are, because you can't be. You do the healing separate. In 5D, you're always with each other. You do that energetic work. We are energy, that's what we are. It's an energetic connection. Yeah, it's endless love. It'll never end, you know. It's not ended. This sands of time, it's not ended, it's never going to end. No. It's that infinity loop. Comes back around lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. Rebirth, death, rebirth, death, rebirth, death. It's that cycle. So the songs, lyrics, scream pain. Yeah, and I've screamed pain. Screamed pain many times on this path, because, not to scare you, but twin flame, it's a path of pain. It's a path of obstacles. It's a path of turmoil, confusion, frustration, loss, gain, magic. Yeah, it's path of anything you know your imagination can imagine. But in my wildest dreams, could I ever imagine a path like this? No. Just thought I was doing a little bit of healing, and oh yeah, I'll just, you know, I've had a bit of a friendship fallout and that, and we'll be fine. Knew it was different, you know. It was intense. It was like no pain I'd ever felt before. Then if you're a twin flame, you can understand that. But if you're not a twin flame, you possibly won't, because it's another level of pain. It's meant to be. So, yeah. So this song's lyric screams Dark Night of the Soul. Not to scare anybody, but the Dark Night of the Soul is exactly what the words say. It's dark. Yeah. And it's like you're in a night, and it's the longest night of your life, and it can go on. Not to scare anybody. Months, years, can go on a long, long time, and you can have more than one. And yeah, it's like you're in a dark, dark cave. You can see the tiniest bit of light, and that's what got me through, you know, keeping my eye on that tiniest bit of light and listening to my spirit team. And my soul's knowing also, the ancient soul in me. Yup, I was strong enough to do this. Otherwise I wouldn't have signed that contract. I said, yeah, sign me up. I'll go away, and I'll put myself through years of turmoil and pain and obstacles and up against society and my children. And yeah, I'll have my heart broke. I'll have it. Yeah, sign me up, spirit. I'm the ancient soul. I can handle this. Oh, yeah, sign me up. I'll also break down my ancestral curse as well on the family line for the next generations as well. And my ancestors. Yeah, come on, just sign me up. Yeah, I signed that contract. Yeah, because I was the most powerful soul to do this, and that's not from an ego, because you balance your ego out once you do the healing and you accept this path and your dark night of the soul. that's that ego. You know, if you're stripping away all what you've known before, that ego, that programming, society. Yeah. Oh, you're stripping it all away. There's nothing left of you, of the old you. But when you merge out of it, wow, you're a new you. You're the authentic you always was. But you've had to find these wings again, you know. So yeah, I put so the water as the metaphor. So for deep, yeah, the stage of the dark night it's deep. You might hear me speak about caves. Caves very, very deep. And you know, this cave, you don't think, you know, you don't think you're getting out, and you need a rope inside that cave. My rope was my spirit team. And again, that knowing of I can do this, you know, that little bit of light I can see coming from somewhere. Yeah, I know I'm going to find the exit one day. Don't know how long it's going to take. But, you know, yeah, I signed up for this. So, yeah, show me the rope, spirit. Yeah, guide me. And they did, every step of the way. The spirit team are amazing. Don't give them enough credit. And, you know, these messages that I channel, they're not from me. They're straight from the divine. And yeah, and they just guide me every step of the way. So deep is the soul, and you don't go any deeper than the soul. No, you're recovering your soul. You know, you're going into that cave, into the deep, and you're fighting for your soul, and that's not drastic. No, because nothing on this path is drastic. Once you've been on it, you're like, that's just the norm, isn't it? I'm used to it now. But I've had to get used to it, you know. It was all new to me. Yeah. You're fighting to recover your soul. You're fighting your friends. You're fighting your family. You're fighting your twin. You're fighting seen, unseen. Spiritual warfare. Yeah, I'm fighting up in the astral most nights. Wake up and I'm like, oh, I thought now, you know. Yeah. And I'm fighting on earth as well. Fighting for the right to claim my soul. There's I think about that now and I think, why? Well, if I wouldn't have thought, if I wouldn't have had to fight against people and come up against obstacles, there'd be no growth, there'd be no transformation, there'd be no need for me to go that deep. This path is meant to take you deep because you're claiming your soul, you know, and you're claiming your divine birthright back and your wings. So yeah, you're gonna go deep, and the fights get real, you know, and yeah, especially the darker parts of this journey. Yeah, it's spiritual warfare. It's real. It's here. It's been here all along. But I didn't have my wings to see it, you know. I don't know, and I know it's been here all along. So rolling in the deep to me was the stage I was consumed and took over by my dark night of the soul. Yeah, was I rolling in the deep in that cave? Like, just as I thought I was going to get out, someone let go of that rope. I was like, no! And I'd ascended, like, descend, not ascend. No, I'm ascending when I go up. I was descending back into the pits of hell. Yeah, because your dark night of the soul. Yeah. I don't know what hell was like, but I imagine that dark night of the soul is the deepest, darkest hell that you will feel as a human there. Yeah, you're going up against devil energy. You're going up against the dark, and you're going up against the dark in you also. So you're going up against your shadows. But not only them, your ancestors' shadows and generations to come shadows. So shadow boxing everybody. You might have heard me say that. You do, you shadow box everybody. Some seen, some unseen. Yeah, I became a boxer in that cave. Became Rocky Balboa in that cave. Yeah. That's how deep it is. So, yeah, I was having an ego death in that cave of my dark night. Yeah. And that was a death. Yeah. It is a death. But it's not a death as in, like, you know, you leave the earth, it's physical, all of that. But certain times I thought, my body, because it's physical, it's emotional, it's mental, it's spiritual, it's every level. When you have a dark night of the soul, you're hitting every level. When you are on a spiritual awakening, it's a level, you're leveling up all the time. So you're going through layers of yourself, and you're healing, and you're facing things, your shadows, and you're balancing it out. Yeah, it's deep. So this song, you knew instantly what it was. You don't get any deeper than your spiritual awakening, or your twin flame awakening, or whatever your soul path is. No. Ooh, it's the deepest thing I've ever felt in my life. I don't think I'll ever find it again. You know, now work, because I'm out of it now. Yes, I'm still evolving, I'm still learning, I'm still healing, I'm still all of that. I'll be doing that till the day I leave this earth. I know that. I came here, signed up to do that also. I signed up to learn my lessons, karma, everything that has happened to me while I've been on the earthly plane. I signed up for it all to learn. It's an earth school. We want earth school. Yeah, we're here for lessons. We're here to love, learn the lesson of love also. Learn what love really is. You know, not just that word, love. No, unconditional love. Powerful force. So, yeah, I was having an ego death. Yeah, I thought, oh, no. Ego. When that person started coming in for me, I was like, oh, I'm facing my ego now. Wow. Can this get any deeper? Yeah, it can. Oh, and it did. So, yeah, I was navigating confusion, anger, hurt, pain, a lot more, you know, a lot more. All at the same time as trying to navigate keeping my feet on the earth, because I was ascending more and more into my gifts. So I was more 5D, you know, me being the divine feminine in this connection, more in touch with spirit, can see things before they come. That, yeah, prophecy, call it that, oracle. I know all that now. But back then I was still figuring it out, still a bit confused why I knew things that I thought, I've done this before. You know, when you get deja vu. There's reasons for that. So I was saying things would happen, and they did happen, and I was like, what's going on here then? Like, I'm really confused now. So I was trying to navigate all of that, as well as, you know, navigate losing my friendship for 37 years, because we had to separate, because this connection, it makes you separate. You can't heal together. It's impossible to heal together because of how intense this connection is. You have to separate for a while, a few years maybe, and come back together and then separate again, depending on what your soul path is. Everyone's unique. But yeah, I've had a few separations. I'm in one now, but it's not like the separations before. No, because I'm in a better place. I've got my wings. I've accepted why these separations have to happen. I can also see what's about to come. Yeah, right timing. I can see that, you know, I can see the timelines. Before I had that conversation today with one of my healer friends, and I was like, I know what I'm doing now. Figured it out. I'm not confused anymore on this part of my journey. I can see timelines before they come. So I'm expecting to do something at this point But I'm seeing the timeline that's not played out yet. So I'm like, I get it now. So I've accepted that these gifts, you know, that I've got, I've figured them out. I'm still figuring them out. Yeah, you don't know everything. Nobody does. I will be learning my lessons and figuring things out and navigating this path until I leave F school. And I'll be schooling others, and I'll be teaching others. Not healing others. I'm a healer, yes. I'm a spiritual teacher, yes. I'm an ascended master, yes. I'm a 144, I'm a twin flame, yes. That's the multidimensional we all have, not just me. You start to ascend and you start to unravel layers of consciousness, and you know, I liken it, we're onions in a more relatable word. Yeah, we're moving layers of ourselves, you know, and we're raising our consciousness, and we're going through, yeah. And with that comes the knowing of, that's what that means then. Figuring it out. Yeah, we're all just figuring it out, aren't we? But yeah, so the lyrics, you had my heart and soul in your hands and you played it to the beat. Yeah, so this means for me, when my friendship hit rock bottom, so that trust and that faith and the constant connection and the constant support that I had in this friendship, and vice versa, we was both each other's rocks. We had our heart and soul in our hands and we played it to the beat. Yeah, that to me was when it all came crashing down. When those mirrors was shone at us, you know, and it was like, whoa, what's this about? What's happening to our friendship? What? I ain't ready for this. Yeah, there's like, it's like, well, I can see, do you know, like cars headlights? They're really, really bright and they're dazzling, and you can't look at them. And you're like, yeah, we couldn't look at each other for 37 years. I was just like dazzled by what was happening, and yeah, it got too bright, you know, it got too dazzling. We had to hang on a minute, let's have a bit of time apart here. Yeah, that's when it came. It hit home, you know, that yeah, we hit rock bottom and we had to separate. And it, you know, it's hard to separate from anybody you love and care for. Yeah, I never felt pain like it, because I was separating from myself and vice versa. That's where the pain comes from, because you separate from yourself, so you're like that. It's like that elastic band, you're pulling it and then you're like trying it back together, and then you're like, yeah. And that's what our friendship's been like since our awakening. Like, yeah, it's that elastic band effect. And that's the red thread. That's that keep coming back together. Because you can't disconnect. That the separation, it's all an illusion. You know, now if I'd known that in the first separation, I'd have saved myself all this pain and confusion and stress and worry. But how would I have ever grown? How would I ever know this knowledge, sacred knowledge also? How would I have ever got to the point of liberation that I'm at, to help others and understand what it's all been about? No, I had to have that, we had to have it all come crashing down. We had to have those headlights dazzling us and like, I can't stare at it anymore. I've got to go, it's too bright. Yeah, we had to dazzle each other, but not in a good way, no. It had to all come crashing down. Yeah, I can see a building just crashing down. I'm getting a lot more psychic visions also. Like, my mind is like a little picture book story. And it's since, yeah, I've accepted my gifts. They've come more online since I've accepted everything, and the channeling and just letting it flow, you know, instead of forcing it. yeah, that's another thing about this connection. When you enter the flow state and surrender, and you're like, I give it up, God, give it up to you, universe. That's when it all falls into place. So, you know, that tower crashing down, I can see it being built up now, bit by bit by bit by bit. Yeah. And if I'd have known that, you know, putting up the resistance and that, I wouldn't have grown. So everything, all the lessons, all of that, there's been meaning there why I had to go through all this, and vice versa for my twin. Because how would you grow without pain? Like that rose with the ferns. Those ferns, you know, and the rose, they belong together, but, you know, how would you grow without the two? You wouldn't. So you have to have pain to find, well, I wrote your purpose. So I turn the pain into purpose. I alchemised it all. Yeah, and that's this path. You are an alchemist. You are the alchemist. And don't let's get these cards now. You become the alchemist. So I'm going to cut it off here. I'm going to do part 2 because it's 30 minutes. So I want to keep these shorter. I'll be back on part 2.